Okay, here we go with the shading. Now the shading, we just add black to our colors. So these colors, the darker colors, we hardly need any because they are so powerful compared to the lighter colors. I will probably be refilling my yellow more and my magenta. Those are my weaker colors. But for now, if I want a shade of yellow, I have to have a bunch of yellow and then just the tiniest little smidge of black to shade it. And sometimes it will probably turn slightly green. It did. So here's my shade of yellow. This is my yellow shade. And make sure that my brush is not too wet. So this is how I get a darker yellow. Of course, I could go all the way till it's almost black if I wanted to. I'm going to add a little bit more in a minute as soon as I get around the edge, because I want to have the edge here, the lightest part of it, in keeping with what I've started. So, more yellow. So that's starting to tint the yellow down with black. You get kind of a green, because the blacks have a little bit of green in them, I think. Now you see how splayed my brush is. The only way to control that is to dry the brush and then go back into the paint. You see I'm not using too much paint. There's my dark, and I might even end with really it being pretty dark black. I like that ending. And then I can sort of blend the yellow in between. So there's my dark black. And if I just want more blending, just go back to that yellow and bring that in there. There we go. But you can see once you have that black in there, it's really strong. Okay. So there's my tint of yellow. Let's make a tint of yellow green. And we use the warm blue. So I'll have to take a little bit of blue there. Oh, wow. I think I'm going to make a tint of green right there, because I just seem to have made green, right? There's green. So that's going to be my tint of green. Sometimes that'll happen to you. So if you make the wrong color, just use it. Just use it. I suppose you could use a tiny brush if you wanted in the details, but I just use the edge of my brush because it's much quicker. And at the end, I might outline with black paint with a detail brush. I'm not worried about the details now. I'm just worried about the big color. Okay. Kind of made a nice little indentation there. A little bit more black to that. Looks like I added a lot of black to that, didn't I? Guess I'm ending with black. Okay, I'm going to need some more yellow in there to recover that green. So, there we go. So that's my shade of green. That's a real dark green. Now, if I do that to yellow-green, what's going to happen? So I'm going to make this totally yellow-green shade right there. That's totally going to be a yellow-green shade. With the black up there. Just keep adding yellow to that. Now to blue-green. Let me add some blue. Looks more like green. I'm going to put it back there. I like that green right there. More blue. There we go. A little bit more blue yet. Now I finally got that blue-green. Blue-green. And black. Dry my brush so I can get a chisel point again. It fills up with paint, and then you lose that chisel point, and just go like that. Okay. Homemade color wheel. Now we're going straight to blue. So we have the blue. Let me just freshen it up here. You just know that's plain blue. Keep your brush dry, dry brush, and add a little bit of black to the blue. More blue there, more black. So this makes a shade. There's one other word I didn't discuss, that's called a tone. A tone is a color plus white and black, so it's kind of like a grade color. Put that over there. And I have to go back to the blue, to the plain blue I see, and just use a little bit more plain blue over here. There we go. Okay. Now to blue violet. So for the blue violet, I think I'm going to the other blue. Switch my, so I don't get any yellow in there. Going to go to this blue and this red for the blue violet, remember? Blue violet. Sort of like that. That was pretty much a blue violet. Now for my white, I mean black. So, a little bit of black. done with that. Except I would like to get more blue violet into it, so let me just go over this part with blue violet. There you go. There we go, there's my blue violet. Now my violet. So I made a violet and I just added a little bit of black. Let me make that violet again. More blue violet there, more violet. Now a little bit more black into it. These colors are very close. There we go. Now we'll go red violet. So we know we need to eat a lot of red to that. And my red violet. I'm going to try to add some plain red violet without mixing any black into it right at the junction between the hue and the shade. So it's going from red violet to a shade of red violet, hopefully fairly gradually. There we go. Okay. Now, plain old red. Since I'm a righty, it's really better for me to have my water over here so I don't drip across my painting. But for purposes of filming, I put it over there so I could get everything in. But it really is better for me to do it with my red, with my water on my right side. And if you're a lefty, it's better for you on your left side. Okay. So I'm refreshing the red so I can blend into it. That's the easy one since it's a pure color, just refreshing it. And then just take a tiny bit of black right into it. Uh-oh, too close and I got paint on my brush. I gotta clean that off. Not good. Okay, so let me go again for that red and black. Get the black into it now. A little bit more black. There we go. Nice and dark. It's like a maroon or a brick red when you add the black. And I actually really want to get a little bit of red back there again, just some plain red into it. Remember, smooth out the paint. Don't leave ridges of paint. Don't leave too much paint. Okay. And you can always go over it. Now my red orange, so I will need more yellow. I knew this would happen. So I'm going to need a lot more yellow.